All right, well, Ashton, with that first pass, that wildcat pass that you had an opportunity to do, just going to that play, and if it felt good to get out there and do something like that again.
Of course, it felt good. Practiced it all week. It was a read. It's a read play. You know what I mean? I don't have to throw. It's really meant for me to run, but the way the defense set up, it was meant for me to pass it. So it felt good. It's comfortable.
As far as getting out there and seeing yourself more as a receiver, but also having the ability to run and pass, how important is it for you? Do you want to define yourself in a specific place, or do you like kind of being that slash player right now?
I'm specifically an H-back right now. You know what I mean? Until I really start throwing and running the ball more, that's what I am. You know what I mean? So, real comfortable at it, and hopefully as the season goes on, I'll get more comfortable.
Working with Rob Moore and the receiving staff, what can you say about him as a coach?
It teaches me a lot. You know what I mean? A great coach, great person, great guy to have around. Just outside of the sport too, you know what I mean? Because he's been there and done it. So when things get a little rough, he's a good guy to go talk to about things, that you really can't talk to with everybody else.
Drew Allen, Terrell Hunt, is there a difference for you, or is it just making sure that you're in the right place where you need to be?
No comment.
What about the offense as a whole? I know you said the first couple games you all were just trying to get used to it. What kind of clicked on Saturday that allowed you guys to put up 54?
It kind of started last week against Northwestern. We caught a rhythm as an offense, and it led into Saturday. And we just got comfortable. A lot of people we getting the hang of things. You know what I mean? The little things which are going to make us a better team. We kind of figured out what they were. We were able to move the ball.
Is it pretty much all about tempo? That's what Jerome said. When you guys are in a rhythm, moving fast, that's when you guys are at your best.
Yeah, it's all about tempo and knowing our assignments. Moving fast, and that's what we did. We got to continue to get better at that.
I know after week one that you gave up the offensive D, coach McConnell gave you guys an F. Even if it was against Wagner, do you think you guys are starting to sort of find yourselves?
It doesn't matter who it's against. You know what I mean? Because you can be your biggest enemy against a team like that, and our history shows that. You know what I mean? So just to go out and do what we're supposed to do, it's reassuring to us. You know what I mean? It lets us know that okay, we got it, we can do it against anybody. That's how we feel.
How big of a test is tuition? It's not Northwestern 19 and then FCS. How big of a test is this for you guys?
Our biggest challenge is us. That's how I felt. That's how all young feel. We just got to come out and execute. We got to stay focused on us as the offense and know the little things.
Ashton, I think we're all kind of looking forward to see how much of that carried over, how real that 54 points was. I mean, how real do you think that 54 points was? I don't know if we can throw that against everybody.
I don't know any college football team that's come out and averaged 54 points every game. It's college football, you know what I mean? Everybody's good. So our goal is just come out, play hard, and try to leave this thing with victory.
I was talking with Matthew a little bit earlier. Just he says you're the most competitive guy on the team, in each team. Last year it led to you maybe getting down on yourself during hard times. So how do you feel like you've kind of progressed, just mentally, emotionally, through the past couple of years?
As the older you get, as a college football player, the same problems occur again. But as you get older, you just learn how to deal with it. And that's the biggest thing for me. I just learned how to deal with things. Last year I had Jerome Tyson, guys have been in the same spot I was, and they helped carry me. And you catch yourself doing it to other kids because it's a tough sport. Everybody can't do it. You know what I mean? And you question yourself. So just growing up, you just figure out the things to keep yourself in it. That's the biggest thing for me.
Was there a point or a time where one of those guys really did say something to you that it made an impact and you thought, man, those guys, that's the right mentality?
Yeah. And a lot of times.
A lot of times.
I was just like, I'm on the bench, man. And I really didn't understand it. But as the season went on, I got better. Man. I can't really explain it. You know what I mean? Just sitting there and listening, I learned a lot. You know what I mean? I'm glad. I was lucky to not be playing. You know what I mean? I was lucky to sit down and be humble. I needed that.
So where did you kind of find that mindset? Because freshmen don't come in that way. It had to be a certain point in the season where you kind of flip the switch.
It was actually in the offseason. I got hungry. You know what I mean? It makes you hungry. Sitting down, watching the city. When you feel like you need to be in there and help your team, and you're not. It makes you hungry. It makes you feel like you have something to prove. And it was a blessing.
Really? what was the hardest point last year? Was there that kind of low point where you really?
My low point was when I kept getting hurt. You know, they didn't tell people. I was out for like 6 weeks off. I had a high ankle sprain, had a rib contusion. You know, I was banged up a little bit, and that's when I started getting down. Like, man, why I keep getting hurt? When I'm starting to figure things out, and you know, that sucks for me.
What you know, I think a lot of people have read that you struggled to kind of grasp the offense last year. Was that not true? Was it injuries and they were just kind of trying to cover the injuries, or was that accurate?
It was tough, but you know, I finally figured it out. But it was just a little too late. You know what I mean? So yeah, sitting down was the best thing for me because I was making a lot of mistakes. So. But you know, I learned from them. So you know.
I think everybody grows up and wanting to be a quarterback. I know if I was a football player from the time I was 5, that's what I was wanted. Do you still want? I mean, would you want that, or are you happy being a wide receiver?
I'm happy where I'm at. I miss quarterback, of course. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you I don't. I'm a receiver now. That's the reality of the situation. I'm happy I have a role.
How do you feel the offense has been moving? I mean, obviously you were asked about the Wagner game and how real that was to you, but how comfortable do you guys feel right now?
We're not where we want to be. You know, we want to come out. You know, we want to just feel like we can do that every day. You know what I mean? We have a long way to go, but we're gonna get there slowly but surely.
I know the pistol was like one of the wrinkles that maybe was a little difficult at first to get a grasp of. Is that a package that's starting to get better?
Oh yeah, you know, as an offense overall, I think we're getting better. It's just little things, like I said, and practice. The more practice we have, the better we get.
I know Terrell really likes the pistol. Do you see that? Does he run it particularly well?
Yeah, you know, because he can move. He's mobile, and you know, Drew's mobile too. But T Hunt just got like a little basketball thing with him, so he can, you know, that's what he's good at. You know, he's probably comfortable in it, and you know, that's important for a quarterback to be comfortable in his offense.
Ashton, I know you kind of mentioned it earlier. You know, after week 2, when you talked about the struggles, I think your honesty kind of set a lot of people back. Sometimes I'm not used to people being that honest. What was the reaction in the locker room? Did anybody say, "Hey, man, you know, that's not cool," or was everybody like, "Hey, thanks for telling the truth"? Or what did you get?
Happens in the locker room, stays in the locker room, man.
Okay.
You know, we're a family. We keep everything with us, and you know, that's what I'm gonna do now.
Sure. You mentioned Jerome and Prince Tyson kind of helped you get through last year. At what point did they start talking to you, you know, and getting in your ear a little bit?
You know, the first game when I was not playing, because there was a moment in camp where I was second string, you know, but I started messing up, and you know, pressure kicked on, and then I found myself at the bottom again. So
messing up? Do you mean dropping balls or
like
mental?
Just
not getting the plays.
You know, just the little things that are the most important things. You know what I mean? I caught myself not focusing on them, and you know, it hurt me big time. And coming into that first game last year against Northwestern, I only ran bubbles, so I was hurting, and you know, I showed it. So me and Coach Wheatley had a talk, and then that's when they talked to me, and you know, they told me, you know what I mean, it's all right. You know, I still didn't feel all right. You know what I mean? It took a while. You know, they kept talking to me, because we needed. You know what I mean? And it just helped, man. It was big.
How would you show it? How would you show the emotion? They were just kind of like, "Hey, you got to keep it in a little more."
I was just, yeah, you know what I mean? I just showed it, like, I was mad, pouting, you know what I mean? What a young freshman kid would do, you know what I mean? And I did that.